right, everybody. This is a chicken. Okay? Now they can dance. Actually does help to kind of like move around a little bit, make sure the joints are moving around, they break down easier that way. In case you don't know, eggs come out of here, is out of here, okay? Top side. Now, first thing we're gonna do, when we look at this chicken, we can think about it like us. I mentioned that in class. So we've got 2 arms, we got a 2-bone section, got a 1-bone section, we got breasts right here. We taper down from like the wider parts to a skinnier part by our hips. We end up having our thighs and legs down here as well. We got a butt right there. All right, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take the breasts off first. What I'm gonna do is find the wishbone. I know everyone knows what the wishbone is. The wishbone is gonna stop your knife and it's gonna make you freak out when you're breaking this thing down. All right, what I'm gonna do is put one slice, I'm gonna feel where it is with my thumb, take my boning knife, I'm gonna come in and just one slice on either side of it, on both sides of the bird, okay? Now, that's just gonna be enough for me to get my fingers in there, and then once my fingers are in there, I can just pull it out. Now, be careful with the wishbone. The way they actually de-feather these guys, or gals, is they put them through rollers, and that'll crush this wishbone, and so it can be very sharp and jagged right there. Be very careful. All right, next thing I'm gonna do, I face where the head used to be towards me. All right, and I'm going to take my knife and I'm gonna find this breastbone. This is called the keel bone. All right, so right here, keel bone. And I'm gonna take my knife and I'm just gonna right down the center. Now, if you hit one side or the other, that's fine. It's kind of what we want to have happen. I found a side over here. What I'm going to do, just like we were doing with fish, okay? My knife is going to bend. I'm going to pull the tip of my knife, and I'm going to push it against the rib cage, and I'm going to slowly pull my knife like this. Now, you're going to find where the shoulder bone connects to the collarbone. You want to sing that song yourself? Bonus points. This is be a joint. It's going to articulate right there. All right. What we're going to do is take this guy's arm off. We're going to find out where that joint is, where it moves. We're going to put the tip of our knife right in that movement spot. Then I'm going to pull my knife through, and it's coming right through. This knife is not meant for like going through bones and hacking everything away. You want to go through these spots where it's going to be weakest, where the skeleton's weakest. That's the joints. I cut right to that shoulder joint. Look at that. We've got a wing and a breast attached. What I'm going to show you now is the airline breast. Take this arm, see it moving around, see where it moves. I hyperextend it on the table. And it's gonna, that's joints right here. I'm gonna cut right there, right through. Okay, right where that joint moves. That's a wing. Okay? Now this is an airline breast. Called that way, it used to be served on the airlines back in the day. We're not very creative with our names in culinary school or the culinary world. Sorry. I think it looks like a Star Destroyer from Star Wars, but I'm a geek, so that's what it is. Now, you can, remember we mentioned in class you could French this, French the chicken, the bone. What you do is hold the bone up, cut into it with a knife. Cut into the bone all the way around. And then you just got to peel it back. So you've got this bone exposed right here. You can clean this up by scraping it with your knife. Get that cinder kind of scrape down. Now when this cooks, it won't be brown, it'll be bright white. This gives your guests a handle, right? Looks kind of clean though. Now, French airline breast, wing. You don't have to do that. I'm gonna ask you to do one like this. You can also take the wing off just by itself from the bird. Has anybody got kids? Okay. They're being misbehaving in the store, and you just want to grab them. I'm like, what are you doing? And you go to the car. So same thing right here. Cut right in that joint, and you can pop this thing out. There we go. So there's a whole wing right there. What we can do with this now is usually come in with your fingers, and you can peel this breast off the bone if you want to, just using your hands. Oops. All right. Now I'm going to take the skin off this, because I just kind of mutilate it with my hands and it looks weird. But taking the skin off a breast is just as simple as that, right? But now we've got a boneless, skinless chicken breast. Where do your chicken tenders come from? Does anybody know? Huh?
Am I allowed to answer that?
You can answer it, yeah.
Underneath the breast.
Underneath the breast, okay? Now I took it off with this French airline breast. I took it off, it's right there. When I just peeled this breast off, the skinless, boneless breast, it's left right here on the carcass, right there. So you can take this, and there you go, a little tenderloin. Be careful, they got a little sinew right there, and that's gonna be chewy. You put that on this cutting board, and you can cut it out with your knife, just like that. All right, so breasts are done. Now we're going to the legs. Flip it over, find the Kardashian Instagram shot. All right, I'm not explaining that joke, I have 2 strikes. This is called the oyster. This is really, really tender, delicious, best part of the bird, okay? No one knows about this except us, it's our little secret. Whenever Thanksgiving comes around, dig that part out of your turkey. You will not be upset. How we get the thighs off, the thighs and legs off from this bird, gotta be a little mean. You're gonna grab it and you're gonna pop the thigh bone out of its socket. It's gonna make a weird squishy sound. I've had folks faint. Let me know if you get squeamish, we'll catch you. Once it's popped out, you cut, again, where it popped, you put your knife in, you cut right down to the bottom, right through. And what we're gonna do is actually come around here, and I haven't cut through this yet. I'm gonna dig my knife into that spine and cut out the oyster. You can see where it is right there. That's a leg and thigh quarter. Same thing over here. Lovely sound. It's kind of squishy, kind of squirmy. All right, coming over here. All right, got my oysters out, my carcass over there. If you want to do a leg and thigh separate, you got to find where that joint moves around, okay? Now, we have a little cheat spot. See this line? That's going to be right about where that bone is, where that joint is. That fat line. So you can cut like right here, or I'd stand it up and kind of hyperextend like I did the wing. So, you can trim this up if you want to. I'll leave the skin on until I'm done breaking it down, and then I trim the skin as needed to coat whatever pieces I have. You can take this bone out if you want to do a boneless thigh. You come around the one side of the bone, and you just basically just drag your knife and kind of roll it out. If you do that, be careful. There's cartilage on the kneecap, right up here. That's gonna be crunchy, chewy. I eat it because I don't mind crunching through my food, but there are definitely folks that don't like it, and I would never serve it to a guest. So, boneless thigh. Again, if you want to do skinless, you can take the skin off like this, just pull it. So, boneless, skinless thigh, leg and thigh quarter, boneless, skinless chicken breast, chicken tenderloin, French airline breast, whole wing, flapper. All right. Do not throw anything away. All of this, stock. This little tiny wishbone, stock, put in flavor. Even this fat, you can either put it on a sheet pan and press it out flat and bake it off and make a little chicken skin crisp. You can render this down and get chicken fat out of it. It's great if you're making any kind of, you can use it to saute with. I put it in like doughs for biscuits or tamales and stuff like that. Anything with chicken fat, you can definitely use that as well. Don't throw anything out from this burner. Do not waste it. All right. Are there any questions? Okay. I hope you pay attention to this because I want you guys to do the same thing.